say welcome to everybody to another Creative Circle. Happy Sunday, happy new week. Oh gosh, it's dark. It's getting darker sooner. I'm Freddie Nyasha, also, my birth name, Frederica Holloway. But happy to have you guys joining us this Sunday. Again, for another edition of Creative Circles, where we feature different artists, different creatives of a variety of different mediums. And so I'm excited again. Every time it just gets better, bigger, and better. So yeah, let's go ahead and dive in. We had a few technical difficulties. Facebook makes these changes on me where I'm not able to, I'm like, wait, the button moved here, it did this. So, okay, so we are good to go. Happy to have you guys with us. And I'm going to go ahead and just mention that. So Creative Circle was a venture that I started in my venture of Creationz by Freddie Nyasha, where I do jewelry making, painting, a lot of different things. You get to see the artistic side of me. And I wanted to be able to bring on different creatives like the one we have on today, so that we could feature and learn about people who are out here doing some really beautiful and wonderful things. So without further ado, I'm going ahead and introduce Queen Tut Creationz. Do you mind if I share your real name?
Go ahead.
So, I'm a little biased because Miss Page is also my cousin. Hail from Queens, New York.
All day.
I'm so happy to see you. And we talked earlier today, but you look gorgeous as always. How are you?
I was trying to get a setup the way you had your setup. You look like you got it going on, but you look beautiful. I always see my cousin out here swimming, biking, doing every type of sport. And I'll be like, oh man, she's so active. So she really inspires me all day. But hello, family. I am so excited to be here. Shouts out to my family who's watching. They are learning how to do Facebook Live. I am teaching them one step at a time, one friend at a time, one auntie, one uncle at a time. So, in this crazy time of COVID, this is how we're connecting. So I thank you for having me on here. Guess what, cousin? First of all, when I came home, my mom said, why wasn't I invited? When am I going to get my show? I said, Mom, I'm going to go first, okay? Because I'm the chocolatey one, yes. And then she's going to invite you afterwards. She just started doing this. And then I told her how to watch it online. So guess what? She is ready. She says she's ready to be on and be featured. So please.
Great. I know. So tell her, or Keidra, if you're watching, of course, you learn how our family has so many different talents. Not only intellectuals, a lot of teachers and philosophers and thinkers, but everything from our grandfather being a plaster, to my dad, God rest his soul, and my Uncle Rob doing woodwork. And then, us, the younger generations, pick up these little things that, we just start tinkering when we're younger, crafting, making stuff. So pretty much everybody in our family does something or has done something, from sewing to t-shirts to making glassware to making wreaths, events, so you're gonna see a lot of my family soon.
And guess what? It's a good way to pass the time and also to tap into your creative side. So if you haven't found, a niche, even if we don't expect you guys to be Van Gogh. So if you want to start painting or pick up a few beads, a few things that you like, it speaks to you for a reason. So go with it. I've been doing jewelry since I was about 13. So mind you, it went from the little name beads all the way into figuring out how to wire. So just keep on going. And guess what? I'm pretty much everything that I do, dance and jewelry. I was bad at it first. And then it got better and better and better. I'm telling you. And then
I don't think I recall that.
Man,
I don't think you've ever been bad at it.
I would say get better and better and better.
And
Awesome.
we're both kindred spirits in the sense that we both, well, you still dance. I dance a little bit, but growing
Listen,
up, ballet,
I'm
tap,
a
tumbling, like,
dancer, always a dancer. Always.
true, true, very true. So I'm going to go ahead and get us started with letting you tell us a little bit about Queen Tut Creations and what it is, how you got started, where you're at with it.
Awesome. So I started Queen Tut Creations when I was about 13 years old. I used to go to the little festivals that were out in the neighborhood, and I used to sell my little jewelry, and I would put people's names in the little letters, and I would have, faith and peace on it. And then my jewelry collection just grew and grew and grew, and I started to, do more festivals, do more flea markets around New York. And then also my love of dance grew in tandem. And then I was just like, okay, well, how can I transfer some of this creative juice into maybe costume pieces and stuff like that? So what I do have that's fun for you guys is I made this. I have a photo shoot coming up with my company, and this is a piece that I made last night. I don't know if I'm showing it good, right? Boom. I'm like, maybe
Ooh,
I should lay it down, and then
yeah,
I'll show it over here.
put it up to the cameras,
This
close.
is a this
That
is
is
a
awesome.
neck piece, and I'm still trying to figure out how it's going to affix to the shoulders of one of my dancers. So if you look closely, it has a lining of fur, and then we have this right here. Believe it or not, this is a kitchen mat. And then we have some beads
Wow,
here and some
wow.
baby chain because it was too small for me. And then this right here, all of these is pieces of leather and also kitchen mat, gold kitchen mat that I found.
Oh,
So that's
look at
supposed to
you.
go there like that. So it's an African tribal theme. Hey Coney, I see people logging in. I'm on Instagram Live and Facebook Live, so I'm showing off some of the stuff that I'm making. So
Nice.
follow us and my cousin Frederica. So this was something I was so excited I had to make it, but it was also a deadline piece because sometimes you get deadline pieces. So that
Okay.
was that. But what I love to do, I love necklaces and bracelets most importantly. And then I love to take different things and break them apart and make them into something new. And I never wanted
Nice.
to wear what everybody else was wearing. I
Mm-hmm.
found something or found a broken jewelry. Sometimes I would wear one earring because I was like, listen, I can't find the other one. Or I liked something and I just wanted to wear it no matter what it was. So be different.
Yes.
Keep it going. So
Where
yeah,
you
that's how I started. How did you start? This might be a dual interview because I love.
right, wait, when you say start, like start what exactly?
So how
Because
did you start, I guess, creating? Because I figured I knew my cousin all the time as being this sports enthusiast. And I was like, how does she get time? Because if she's not in the water, she's on a bike. If she's not on a bike, she's on a treadmill. So I'm like, how did you, some of us have dual passion. So I knew you for your active and athletic, passion. So how did you get over into
oh,
creating things?
good
Hi,
question.
Brenda.
Good question. Hey, Kedra.
Hi, mommy. That's my mom.
She's you're next. You coming, you coming. So to answer your question, because you tend to think like I just kind of started this recently, but I've been creating, I feel like all my life, like even when I was younger. So okay, I used to be a Girl Scout and I just
Oh,
love.
yes. Troop 3100, Girl Scouts.
And my mom used to sew, and she's probably about to get back into it. We got trying to get her a new sewing machine, but I wasn't so much into sewing, but it's like making things was just cool. And even though I'm a very analytically minded person, I feel like I'm equally right and left brain. So the logical part, thinking part, along with the creative part, is just kind of, it's like my yin and yang.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just trying to think, like, I just remember when I was younger, like making up games, making up kind of like what you were saying, like broken pieces of things and gluing them together and just trying to create something. I loved to draw when I was younger. I like drew. I still have some of those drawings that I did when I was a kid, painting things. And so yeah, I can't exactly say how I got started because I feel like I've been doing this so long, but as an adult, I feel like it's been, especially now with COVID, it's been an outlet for me to express who I am, my thoughts, things. And like you said, I am the anti-trend person. So if everybody's wearing this, I'm
Absolutely.
typically not. Not that I don't necessarily like it. It's just like I don't want to look like everybody else. So I kind of beat to my own drum, and I always have. So typically I like making my own things because nobody else. Not to say that other people can't wear it, because I'm selling things now, but it's one of those things that I like to kind of the trend or to try something different versus just kind of blend in. So that's kind of been my story as I've grown into adult with my creativity.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what are you working on today? What does everybody get to see?
So today I have a few things. Let's see. We have you over here, but we have Instagram over here. So I'm gonna show everybody. So
Fine.
I challenged myself in just opening a box and figuring it out. So we have these black pieces here. I have a photo shoot for my dance company
Hmm.
on November 1st. So we have a little hooked bead that we're going to be using. I'll show
Oh.
you over here. I'm going to be making a few pieces for me. One of my favorite colors is turquoise. So I have some of these turquoise beads. So I want to try to make me um a really thick turquoise neck piece that's gonna go. Mind you, I'm gonna have on a corset and a cape. My friend from Georgia came all the way up here to help us with this photo shoot, and we have 6 models. So it's basically going to embody the theme of my tribe, my dance company. Hey, I miss you too. So today I'm making a neck piece, and then guess what? Sometimes we're gonna go with the flow. We're gonna go with the flow. I'm probably also a lot of times I may make something like this is something that I made, and it was elastic. Oop, there we go. It was elastic, and sometimes you make something and then it's kind of sitting in your house for a while, and then you want to just break it apart. So I'm going to
Hmm.
break this is what I'm going to break apart because I really like the wood beads. So I'm going to kind of intertwine them. I've been looking for a lot of things in my jewelry that won't turn and
Hmm.
that can last a lot longer. So right now I'm just using an elastic string,
Hmm.
and we are beading today, and we're going to see where it goes. I like multiple string necklaces, so I'm doubling up on this very thin string you have here so it could
Okay.
be a little bit stronger, because I my
Yep.
thick elastic is somewhere around here, but hey, we'll make
Right.
it happen. What are
Right.
you making?
So as I was saying before we got live, I was in between four different ideas, and I made thigh beads, and a few of my friends were like, "Ooh," and I'm sitting there thinking like, where can you like? Obviously, if it's nighttime, you with your boo, whatever, that can be quite sexy. But it's cold here in Chicago. Unless you're doing a photo shoot, where are you wearing thigh beads? Like, and when I say thigh beads, like they go around like your upper, almost hip area, and then
How
they
do
they
they
like go down, and
how
then
do
they
they stay up?
that's a good question because I haven't really worn it. Like I made it to like, oh, this is cool, but like to wear it somewhere to see if it stays. Like the point is, it's supposed to be fitted to you, so it kind of stays up. I'll let you know on that. But um, instead of the thigh beads, I wanted to make, in a sense, a ring to bracelet. I actually made one, and one friend of mine, if she's logged on and sees this, she's gonna be like, "I want that," because I told her about it. But it's a bead.
Oh,
It's
I
using
like
beads,
that.
and it's like a ring, but then it has an ornament. And this is the cowrie shell. So this one I made last week,
That's
and it's
Oh,
like, oh, you can wear it, I'll post this one probably this week, but it's basically a ring to bracelet, but it's a hand in a sense ornament. And so I'm making one of those today. Jamila, who's actually starting her artistic jewelry making entity, I posted like, oh, I've had these beads, what color should I make? And she suggested silver or blue. So I decided to go with some blue charms that I have. I know you can't really
oh,
see.
so we're together with the
Oh,
blue.
wait, sorry. There we go. The blue with the
That's nice.
silver. And so I have the silver. This will be adorning the actual hand ornament. And then I'm going to make the actual beads ring to wrist bracelet silver. So that's the main one that I'm working on. I have another one that's black that I want to make and with a darker silver. And then I also have like this tiger's eye that I was thinking to actually use some wiring. But that's me trying to be indecisive and think, okay, I'm going to do one of 3 or 4 different ideas. So
Hey, sometimes it's whatever jumps out at you. I know for me, wherever the flow goes. So I have to ask,
yes.
have you been beating something and you just dropped the whole string and all the bees came off?
So good question. I have
Hi,
not. So I not all of them, but interesting enough, I hope my goddaughter's on. She wanted to be with me a few weekends ago, so she came over, and I was like, okay, and she was making some bracelets, and it kept happening to her.
Oh,
And I said, well, at least it's with the bracelet because bracelets don't take a whole lot of beads. But like, so I make the waist beads.
uh-huh.
That would hurt my feelings if like I've had some of them come off where it's like, oh yeah, I was trying to do something and then like 10 came off or 20, but waist beads usually use anywhere from maybe a good, depending on the waist size, 100 plus beads. So if it completely, I want to say I would cry because it's just like, okay, just pick up and redo it. But it is one of those things that when they do start to fall off, you've dropped it or something, you're just like, it's like redoing your work, right?
Absolutely. I know. I've dropped a whole case of beads down the stairs. I've I've had to sort. For those of y'all who know, sometimes the letter beads, they'll come in the pack, and of course they don't care about separating these letters for you, but that's something I'll kind of low key trick my grandma into doing. She likes to sort for me, so she'll sort. I'm going to show you actually some of my one of my cases. Let me see if I can get one out. I have, if you believe it, I have about 17 of these. And this is kind of one of my cases. And
Ooh, okay, yep. I have 4 right now. 4.
they're probably full to the top because I need segmentation. And if I don't see it, like visually see it, oh, Shelly said he wants one. Hey, Shelly, I'm gonna make you something. So for right now, my inspiration has been a lot of wooden things, and I know a lot of my guys are missing out on some of these awesome things. But I'm gonna make y'all something. Don't worry, I'm gonna make y'all something. I'm gonna get some good colors for the guys. But just expanding my collection, and that's where we are with it. But for everybody, don't drop your string. Don't drop the beads. Don't drop your cases. Don't drop anything. I know it's hard.
It is one of those things that will almost make you cry because you're just like, oh. And I'm putting, I see some people in the chat. So yeah, your mom, she was saying that somebody was trying to see it. So I pasted a link to the Facebook event page where you'll be able to see it live. Because yeah, I know depending on, I don't think you have to be Paige's friend to see the link, but you could, it is public. So yeah, we want to make sure everybody's able to answer the questions, and feel free if you have questions, the ideas, share them. We're watching. So then I'll go to my next question.
Oh,
So the name Queen Tut.
yes.
Tell us a little bit about that. What it means, how you came up with it. People who don't know you, like, wait, I mean, we tend to have the obvious, like, reference, but some people don't know a whole lot about, Egyptology and things like that. So tell us a little bit about that.
So actually very funny. Everybody thinks that it's kind of straight up related to King Tut and Egypt and stuff like that, but it's not. Even though the dance style, I know everybody remembers that Michael Jackson Remember the Time video, and he was out here like boom, 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 boom. He was getting it in his all gold. So
Mhm.
tutting is basically when you're making geometric shapes with your hands, your arms, and sometimes your fingers. So when I started dancing, I really loved the dance style, and it was something that I really wanted to expand on and also master. So I figured, all right, well, I'm a queen. Let's be the best at whatever we are, whether you are all the way there or not. Sometimes people think, oh, they shouldn't be the queen or the king of something until they've mastered it. But guess what? That's my goal, to master it. And it may take all my life to do it, but I'm going to keep going. So, Queen Tut is being the
Mhm.
highest, the most exuberant, your most
Right.
best self. And then also tutting, which is one of my most favorite dance styles that I love. So it's kind of something that a goal that I put for myself kind of in this lifetime. And guess
Love
what?
it.
Those of y'all who can't see, I can't see. So sometimes you're gonna see me peering over my glasses, but it's all right. It's all right. Glasses, gang, 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 gang.
Love that. Oh my gosh. I'm thank you for breaking that down for, because some people didn't necessarily know that you're such a fabulous dancer as well. So, artists of all and different forms. I didn't actually know that that's what tutting means. That's
Mm.
a good, I learned something new today. So
Yay!
since you mentioned dancing, let's talk dance. How did you get started? How did you evolve into a dancer?
So, as crazy as it sounds, one day back in the day, I went to summer camp, and one of my friends taught me how to pop my butt. And that's when I knew. No, I was just kidding. But that did happen though. But I was like, that's not the kind of dancing I want to do. I went to, as crazy as it sounds, um, I call her honey, but it's my aunt Stephanie. I went
Stephanie.
to her wedding, and I have no idea what age I was, but I'll probably post a picture later. So I went to her wedding, and I remember it so vividly. I was in an all white dress. I was a tomboy. So my mom had forced me to get Shirley Temple curls, which I despised. I cried the whole time in the hair salon. And I looked cute eventually, years down the road, I figure, but I was a girl who wore braids straight back every day. Braids, 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 cornrows. So after the torture of the hair salon, we got to the wedding, and I was the flower girl. And there was this guy, and he cracked me up because nobody was on the dance floor. And then the song "Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See" came by
Mm.
Busta Rhymes, and I never forget that beat. That became my favorite song. I think I was five all the way up until now. That will be my favorite song because that's when I knew that I wanted to be a dancer. Because I was like, listen, white man, I'm about to battle you right now, and you better get ready for it. And I was sitting here thinking in my mind, like, what am I gonna do? And I was going around the circle, I was circling him. And from Little Rascals, when they went like this, I was like, you can't touch me. Bye, bye, bye. It was everything. I put everything I knew into it. And that's when I knew I really wanted to dance. I remember nothing else of that night except
Wow.
that. And that's how I knew I wanted to dance. Fast forward to now, um, through ministering at church, into teaching dance to young kids in schools, nonprofit organizations, public schools, charter schools, mentally disabled adults and children,
Mhm.
and years of dance and teaching later, and also kind of studying the style of hip hop, which is my favorite dance style, and spreading it to the youth. I now own a dance company called the Kingdom Dance Company. And we work with teens and adults.
Mhm.
And right now we have a program going on. We have free dance classes for kids and teens ages 10 all the way up to 17. And if you're an adult, you can just message me if you want to kind of get your dance on, because a lot of my serious dancers, they're missing their training, they're missing their gigs.
Mhm.
And I always like to give back. So whatever grant that I'm getting, I was funded by Jamaica Center for Arts and Learning, a theater out here in Queens. I always like, first of all, I always go over the budget and add my own money, but it's okay, it's for the kids. But I also give back and have a moment where you connect with the community. So I'm
Mhm.
gonna put up what I made so far. This is what we got
Mhm.
right here.
Ooh, look at
It
you.
is a nice little kind of curvy shaped thing. So
Yeah.
it gives a little dimension. So my aim is to make about 3 of these.
Okay.
Let's hope they are heavy. Let's hope I don't drop them. But
You're not gonna, don't even say
we're
it.
gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going. Just keep swimming. So yeah, and dance is just my passion. And I felt, for those of y'all who don't know, I have lupus. I was diagnosed at the age of 12. And when they diagnosed me with lupus, they told me, forget about the dancing, forget about this. Your body's gonna shut down eventually. And I was like, Pisha, says who? And I kept on going. And even throughout, all of these years, even though the challenges of being active and keeping active and staying active were different from the regular person, I just taught my kids and taught my dancers to just keep swimming, pretty much, like Nemo says. And you have probably, if people go on my Instagram right now, you can see a video of me teaching in my wheelchair. And also I dance with my crutches or my cane. It don't really matter because I'm a dance. So if people are out here dancing with one leg, we have no reason to feel sorry for ourselves. So sometimes I would go from hospital to dance rehearsal. And then guess what? On those days where I was, a little bedridden, this is what I would do: make stuff.
Mhm.
And that's how you do it.
Wow, awesome. Look at you. So I must, since you know mentioned it, I have to always like just big ups, my cousin Paige, because that's been one of the things that I most admire about you. Is that it's so funny because we're both like active, me doing triathlons, you doing dance, we're both creative, doing all kinds of different creative things. And knowing that seeing how you battled lupus over the years, and the causes, the walks, the purple, like literally I will like honor lupus month just because of you, because I'm like, because it's important. There have been times that, like, even though we're far apart, like I'm always praying for you, because like you said, with lupus, it's a journey. Some months are okay, like
Mhm.
some months just like seeing you in the hospital, like it's heart-wrenching. And to know that through it all, and I can't imagine it being, I know it's not easy. You always have this smile on your face. You never let it just, I'm just sitting there like, it was like what, a year or two ago where we was like talking to you from a hospital bed, and I'm just like, worried, like try not to worry, just stay prayed up about it. And even still, your spirit just shine through the phone. And I'm like, how does she do it? Like it's relative. I'm healthy for the most part, so it's like, yeah, I can be a beacon of light and inspire. We both work with kids and things like that. But then to have something like that that is not easy to deal with, nobody knows what, like you said, the symptoms vary. And to see you like go through it like a champ, I mean, it's just amazing and admirable. And if anything, like you said, one of the things that I utmost, admire about you, and anytime, like you said, people are feeling a certain kind of way, or like I'm talking to people about what they going through, I'm like, my cousin Paige, yeah, don't talk to me about what you've been through, because she done gone through some stuff and still will call you and be like, how are you doing? You're doing all right, right? And you won't know that she's been up in pain all night. So
Pretty much.
I just, you like I said, you are truly a queen and awesome, and a beacon of light that I like God has blessed us with. So I just have to acknowledge that to everybody's watching because
Thank
you
you.
do so much and you're so a dynamic person. It
Thank
blesses my heart just hearing your name.
Thank you, cousin. I appreciate you. Oh my gosh. But I have to give the what's. Hopefully my mom is watching. My mom and granny, Miss Mary Kay Green from down south, Mississippi, all of our family, they really held me down and taught me kind of what it means to be a strong woman. They
Oh,
also
yes.
went to, give yourself your 5 minute cry, then drag your leg one at a time until you
Yes.
figure it out because they wasn't letting me just wither away. So they put me
Hmm.
through. And guess what? Shouts out to my mom because my mom had the COVID and beat the COVID. Woo woo! We had to try
Yes. Oh my gosh.
everything, but and mind you, she had it really, really bad. And guess what? We sat there and we told her, "Listen, this is just another thing that we gonna beat like everything else." So that's what it
Mhm.
is.
I mean, sometimes, like you said, you just gotta. Yeah, I remember when I found out. I think it was you through Facebook Messenger, and I'm like, wait, what? So literally, like the next day, I'm like texting her, texting you, and I'm just like, and so like you said, just being, being champs through it all. Like I said, there's a lot of people who haven't made it through,
Mhm.
and recognizing like it's just the times that we're in, being able to be blessed and think about the blessings that we have, and appreciate people. I mean, if anything, I feel like that's one of the reasons why this is all happening is for us to appreciate humanity, each other, family. Especially knowing that we can't be around each other, a whole lot, but still like being appreciative, praying for each other, acknowledging you, calling, even a text just to say, hey, I'm thinking about you. Like these are the things that, sometimes we take for granted until someone's no longer with us. So
Mhm.
let's do this now. Let's express ourselves now.
And then
And just
also don't be people. People like to be so secretive. Like
mm,
let people know. Like I don't know what pride is
mm,
a very dangerous monster. And for me,
that's okay.
closed mouths don't get fed. All of the opportunities that I had, I asked for. I was like, listen, I don't have no money right now, but this is what I do have. And that's how we went. And sometimes you'll never know because maybe somebody has the money, but they don't have the creative. Or maybe
Hmm.
somebody doesn't have the money or the creative, but they have the studio. So you
Right,
never know. And sometimes the worst thing that can happen is someone tell you no.
right.
So, for those purposes, we kind of, and especially up in New York, you know what I mean? It's kind of sometimes every man for themselves in the art world, and it's as far. But I'm just like, what's meant for you is gonna come to you no matter
Mhm.
what. No matter who tries to hide it from you or not tell you about the opportunity, so you just keep going.
Right, right,
Positive mind frame and keep the good vibrations out there and do for others.
right. Exactly, exactly. So with the, how have things been like for you in COVID and creativity and like you said, opportunities and the like for both, your creative ventures with your art as well as with dance.
Well, as crazy as it is, I am an essential worker. Woo, woo, woo. I work for the city. I work for the Department of Environmental Protection out here, checking up on your water and your wastewater.
Mhm.
Um, so I had been working this whole time, so it was never a break. And then also I had been teaching on Zoom. So there was no breaks. There was no rest time. It was a little bit of rest time at home. However, we were working, and I was figuring out how I could really be of service to the youth in my community in this time. I am a very methodical person. I don't like to move unless I have a plan. And when
Mhm.
I do have a plan and I start telling people that something's going to happen, it's going to happen no matter what, rain, shine, sleet, or snow. So I really wanted to tread carefully because also all this Black Lives Matter stuff was happening. You know, protest was happening, and it made me get very quiet and just listen to what the world was asking
Mhm.
at first, and just also pay attention to what's going on in the world and on the news. And really, I took that time to kind of just look into myself and like, all right, what kind of person do I want to be to the world? What type of person do I want to give to the world? um And I was just like, I'm not gonna make moves, because right before this ended, I had a sold out show. So I was just
Mm.
like, oh wow, like that was kind of the goal. And now we're going in reverse, people don't want to fill stadiums and fill theaters. Now we have to move slowly. So it's kind of the opposite of what an artist in the industry kind of want, or a program manager or a party planner. We want to pack up the rooms, but COVID is telling you to stay home. So I just sat and I looked and I watched. A lot of people had virtual shows, virtual classes, and I kind of really thought, took some months to really think about some things. And also I train teachers on how to make, their classrooms dynamic. And I was just like, all right, how can I bring my talents to the virtual space and in a way that is satisfying to me? So I just thought of the program that was integrated with the live premiere that I'm going to have in December. And I have it being 4 parts. So I have my kids dance intensive that's going on now. So if you have any students, it doesn't even matter. They don't have to be in New York. They could be anywhere.
Right.
They get free dance on Saturdays from 3 to 4:30, and they get free musical theater, poetry and acting on Fridays from 5 to 6:30. And we have qualified teachers that have been teaching for years. And not only will they learn about the art form, but we have self-esteem building exercises. They're going to make new friends, and they're also going to get the chance to perform together, even if they're not in New York. Those who are in New York are going to come to our theater. We're going to have a 1-day shoot day. So we're really going to teach these kids professionalism. And then for the kids who are at home, they're going to learn how to be their own directors. So they're going to get a scene and a shot list, and it's up to them to create these videos at home. And we're going to integrate it in our show. So that's one part. And then, of course, my dance company is going to perform. I have some awesome poets that are going to make some original work. I have singers making original work, because also within, I don't know if you've ever, put up stuff. YouTube and Instagram is going crazy with the copyright. Use your own stuff. So now I vowed, I said, going forward, I will not use any more copywritten material. It's going to be all original. And guess what? That costs a little money, but that's okay. It's worth it. It's going to be mine. I'm going to own it. And sometimes you have to make these decisions as a director. And and then use this time while I'm at home to kind of redefine everything, redefine my website, redefine my social media marketing strategy, figure out the things that I'm passionate about. And I really got to sit on some awesome ideas that I wanted to do, and kind of social media strategies. For example, I'm a key y'all into something secret. Okay, y'all heard it here first. Right? So I'm going to start something called the Dance Dictionary. Of course, people have already probably had something like that, before and on Instagram. But before some of these old dances kind of fly away and out of our orbit with the growing of the generations, I want to make sure to kind of chronicle them and also give the best videos of them. We all know, the new age Running Man, but we need to know the old age Running Man, right? We have the chicken head, we have the WAP, we have some of these social dances that we don't want to forget. But sometimes they come back in a mix, but we don't want to lose them. So I want to go back to the original dances that I've learned, the social dances, and also mix in some of, different styles of hip hop, popping, locking, waving, and also break dance, and kind of define some of these moves for dance lovers and maybe people who may want to learn it in the future, so that it's not lost and we know the songs that go with it. So that's something I hope to, expand upon as this year is coming to a close and 2021 is opening. So thinking of these new ideas that I want to do, because I love me some Instagram. I love editing, and sometimes I'll do it just for fun. So I'll edit. So these are all the ideas I've been kind of mulling over, and also trying to figure out how I can bring my competition league to the virtual space, because I would have arts competitions out here in Queens, and I would give away money and awards and photo shoots. So now I'm like, okay, well, how can I make it in the Queen Tut way,
Mm-hmm.
virtual and safe? So it's getting cold out here. So we're moving fast and we're trying to figure out these things. So if you have somebody creative, just like my cousin, grab your creative people and brainstorm. Because sometimes they'll give you a good idea and they'll be like, oh, well, how about you try this? And guess what? Sometimes you could just
Mm-hmm.
come on Zoom and have a little Zoom party,
Yes.
make it happen. So
Yeah.
those are some of the things that I have been thinking about.
I love it. And it's so interesting that you were just saying how your idea for the dance dictionary. I don't know if it's been done before or not, but I'm excited. And if you need anybody to do some dancing with you, I can
Hey,
probably do from like, 80s to like 2005. I kind of lost track on all the new dances later, but I still try to. But anyhow,
here we go.
what I'm excited about is like whether or not it's been done before or not, and the fact that you're even sharing it. It's like, okay, somebody, you get scared that somebody's going to take your idea or whatever.
Yeah,
My thing is, no one will do your idea like you will do your idea. So that's why I'm like, go ahead and claim it, do it, and do it like only Paige will do it.
sometimes all it is to start, and even if you start
Exactly.
an idea and maybe it doesn't work out for you, at least you did it for the time and you figured out, you know,
Mm-hmm.
what it is to make it happen and what exactly you need and what your strengths are. And it's like, what fun is it if everything that we do is a success? Like,
Right.
you won't learn anything.
That's true. That is so true.
And then also for me, I know in putting on events and stuff like that, you have to learn also when to say no.
Right. I think that's the truth.
And
Like
also
that.
take your calm times and moments for yourself. So
That is
please,
true.
guys, make sure y'all rest, like truly rest, not fake rest, but truly rest. Because some of y'all are still working and still
Mm-hmm.
working hard, but this time it was a worldwide pause for a reason.
Reason. Yes. Oh, I've been saying that so often about how what all this means and the time to, reflect and, like you said, draw into yourself. It's very hard for us as human beings to be still.
Hmm.
Um my scripture is Psalm 46:12. I mean 46:10, and it's been that for some years. And so times like this is like, yeah, you know, take a step back, pray, reflect, and observe. And like I said, this has been a time that we've all needed to pivot. And then, there's times that when you do that, you kind of make room for ideas and things for you to move on when the right time is. So I definitely appreciate you sharing that, because I think this is a unique time for us all to, and I won't even just say that because I'm in Chicago and it's about to get cold and dark, but it's just one of those things that this whole quick to open up and, get back to, what were you doing before? 9 times out of 10, very
Everybody so
rarely.
quick to open up, and y'all
Mhm.
will be just as quick to close.
Exactly.
So
And you'll
what
be
are we
right back.
talking about here?
Exactly. Exactly. So, and I do, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to have this series, is to be able to bring together people of different ideas and minds, creative spaces, because like you said, none of us get anywhere we are alone. Like someone taught you things, someone mentored you in things, someone helped you with things, someone supported you. So how do you create spaces for us to be able to bring people together that, again, are like-minded, that have ideas, can push you
My
to
mom
do
says
things.
she has questions. What questions you have, Mom?
Oh, okay, wait. She said, look, it's sorry, we were ignoring the chat. We were really getting into it. Okay,
Oh
so the
goodness.
first question was,
So
what am I
sorry.
making? Okay, so what I'm making is I don't even know what I want to
Mom,
call
get back on the live.
a hand ornament, where, so this is the second one that I made, but
And for those of y'all on
ring.
Instagram, come on to my Facebook page, Queen Tut Stewart. Come on, add me
There
so you
you
can
go.
watch this live or create it. What is it? Creations
Creative,
by FN?
Creative Circle by Creation by FN. which stands for
Creative
Freddie Nyasha.
IFN. I'm a pin that right here for Instagram.
There you go. So this is to answer your question. So I'm making one of these, which is like a beaded ring to bracelet hand ornament, adornment, as they say. So I'm working on one that's silver and blue. I've actually been, this is one that I'm trying to go and make more of these since I had some interest beyond the waist beads. The other question that was asked, oh, why didn't we do a dance yet? So,
Who asked that?
you know who asked that question.
Oh goodness.
We could do the snake real quick since we going back and doing the dictionary of dances. Throw that into your dictionary page.
Ooh, ooh.
All in due time.
Sometimes you gotta check it out. Ooh, but isn't it? I don't know. It's such a weird part. So for those of y'all who are watching, I made my first strand. This is
Okay,
my
let's
first
see.
strand right here. So
Wow.
one part
Okay.
is when you pull it apart, they'll all lay the same way. So this
Mhm.
is gonna be my first strand. I like a lot of jewelry that's multiple strands. So
Mhm.
I'm tying it in a knot at the top so we don't have a bead catastrophe. And so this is a lot. I don't even want to count it, but it's a lot. So
Wow.
this will be my first one. So hopefully it'll lay on my chest like this
Mhm.
and create some dimension. So I
What
think I'm
kind?
going to
What kind of wiring or string are you using for that?
now I pretty much have like a nice little elastic string. I like using elastic because sometimes I'm very clumsy and I don't want to cut myself on wire. So for now I'm going to use a nice elastic string because if for some of you who know and who make jewelry, sometimes you get the bead and you're so excited about it and you realize that these beads have teeny tiny holes.
Okay. Oh
So
yeah.
sometimes they don't fit, what you had intended. So my next thing that I'm going to do is this is an old piece that I have that I probably broke. So I'm going to take it apart now and I'm going to use the beads to make something different. And I want to do multiple strands. So I'm going for a black wood turquoise look right here. Turquoise is one of my favorite colors that's about to happen right here. So yeah,
Okay.
got a little turquoise.
Real quick. So Tatum says hello, and then okay.
Hi.
So your mom's laughing. She's laughing at me because when I was doing the old school dances, she was laughing. So yeah, I'm gonna give you another one.
My mom is always trying to get in on all the dances. And
That's
hi, Soror Booth. Hey.
I'm not about to get anything current because that's gonna make me have to get up from this nice little table and share. So maybe maybe we'll have a Instagram live of I
or
actually
I or
thought
I
about
might have to teach you something before we go. Ooh, ooh.
well what's funny, so since you're a dancer as well, have you done the whole TikTok thing?
I have made in total 2 TikToks in my whole life. Learning something else is sometimes overwhelming, and I will be the last one to learn it. I still don't know the purpose of Twitter. And yeah, but I feel like eventually when I do get TikTok, sometimes you have to know yourself and you have to
Hmm.
know when you're going to get addicted to different things.
So the
So,
reason I asked, because not only are you a dancer, but you are also work with youth. I
yes,
work with youth too. So I have,
they
so I
all
do I do Twitter because Twitter is good for business, but it's also focused on words. So it's a thing with Twitter, but Instagram, Facebook,
might have to
YouTube,
teach.
Vimeo, that. But and I have Snapchat. I don't really use it just because,
Snapchat's for the quick day to day swag.
right. So I just hit or miss for me. Like, most of my stuff is business intention or branding intention and the like. So TikTok. And I remember thinking, again, working with young people, you want to kind of make sure that I'm up on things and connected. And I saw the different things on TikTok that people were doing. I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that. Like, I know what it is. I'm not creating my own TikTok thing. It's kind of one of those things when we talked about trends, everybody was doing it.
Yeah.
I can do a dance video on Instagram. And I see like now Instagram has reels.
Oh
So
my
I'm like,
goodness.
I'm good. I don't need to do TikTok.
Have you made a reel yet?
I have not. I haven't gotten into that whole. I mean, to me,
What's
what's the difference between doing reels and doing your Instagram story or like posting on Instagram on your
feel
profile a dance?
like I feel like, don't quote me on this. I feel like a reel is basically TikTok on Instagram, because
Yes,
the purpose of TikTok is that you pick the song and you
right.
can record your video, like, oh, I'm going to record in the bathroom, then I'm going to go outside and record outside, and the song will continue to play. So it's like editing the video for you in a stop
Hmm.
start type fashion. So I feel
Hmm.
like Reels is trying to mimic that. However,
It is.
I have not made a reel yet either. So
I'm more likely to make a reel because I'm on Instagram than to make a TikTok because that means I gotta create a whole nother thing for another social media that I'm really not gonna use. And I'm not saying it's just for young people because I've seen like the adults and teachers use it, but um as of right now, I have yet to see the benefit of me doing it right now. We'll see. I'll never say never, but I'm good right now. So I just asked that of you because, like I said, it's one thing when you work with young people and you're like, okay. And then also like um don't want to be putting something on TikTok and then they're like, Miss Frederica. So let's talk about that video you just did. And I'm looking crazy. So it's all good.
all in a process. If it reaches out to you, if it touches you, if it sparks your interest, we will do it. Otherwise, we will leave that to y'all. For now,
So
I am not. I have other goals for now.
someone says that she talking about you will not do it with me. And I think she's talking about a TikTok video.
Okay. Well, first of
Peer
all,
pressure, family pressure, family pressure.
I have to know what I'm doing first, and then I have to do it in my own way. And then also, I don't rush to the trends. And also, I'm busy. I'm busy out here in these streets. So listen, one thing at a time. It's so much stuff. And then also,
I,
guess what? We can all learn. Impress me by showing me a TikTok, or come to me and say, "Oh, I figured it out. Let's do it." That's how I say it.
well, the pressure's on. TikTok gives you a chance to dance to songs with having a problem with having a problem with using the people's music.
Aha.
So you're being summoned on or a proposition on why TikTok would be important.
Aha.
So I'll leave that there. We got about 5 minutes left, and I do want to give you an opportunity to tell people where they can find you, find your creations, your dance, learn more about you, your
All
social
right,
media.
party
So go
people.
ahead.
So you can find me on my good old website. Ooh, let's throw it back. A website, thequeentut.com. TheQueentut.com. I'm on Instagram. Well, guess what? If you go to my website, it has links to everything. I'm on Instagram, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Tumblr, I'm on Facebook, and then also my dance company is The Kingdom Dance Co. If you want to put your students or teens or adults in some dance classes and learn from the greats, come on over and dance with us. And then you can find me out online or just DM me and say hi. Even if I don't know you, just come on and say hi. I'm not weird. We can be weird together. It's all right. Make a new friend.
Did you say just say a website was a throwback?
It is so many people. I tell you right now, so many people are sitting here talking about, oh, I got Facebook, so I don't need a website. And me with my business degree is like, okay.
It is like that with social media. It's like, hey, do I really need a
Guess
website?
what? If I had more time, I would have probably sent out a snail mail list to
Oh,
my family,
oh,
because
we were together.
my cousin knows that I like to make cards and things like that. So I still like to make my own greeting cards and birthday cards and stuff like that. So I'm trying to get it together. But that's where you can find me online, and I hope that you guys are also being very safe and also very happy and monitoring your online usage, because sometimes too much, you go crazy. And also don't be, if you have to mute some people, because we got that new function, Because sometimes
Hmm.
you're putting up nonsense, it's okay to trim the fat on your social media and only take in positive things. Because that's what I do.
Exactly. Now, guess who just joined us on the
Who
chat?
joined?
Miss Mabel Lorraine Holloway Green.
I
She says,
see.
"Hello,
Oh,
ladies."
wait, I have to get it. She made me my own mask. Hold on, hold on.
These are the creation. I kind of love when family just supports. This is
She
great.
made me my own mask right here. Everybody COVID safe. She made me my mask. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
So, I
Auntie.
know who I need to call after this to get a custom mask. Coming for
Handmade.
you.
She made me about 8, and I between me and my grandma, we had to figure out who was getting which one. So thank
Okay,
you, Auntie. I love you.
so this is the thing. I just found some plain white masks. I bought two of them. Let's not talk about how much they cost because I've been seeing black, but I was like, how could I make white and then write on it or whatever? So I got two of them.
That sounds
I know
fun.
I know who to call. I need to figure out what I want to put on them. Like, do you put gems? Do you write like what? So
A
I know
little
who
bit
to
of both.
I,
I know.
I know who to call. Well, sometimes you write on fabric and the fabric ink is like marker and it
So you
doesn't
have to
quite
get
write like
the good old fabric marker. Let me see if I'm good and I have some fabric markers here. It's
because
probably
you learning about all
here.
kinds of like beads, dance, fabric markers. Yeah. So I need to know which ones that are like
Fabric markers is pretty good, and also you have the Sharpie paints too.
right.
That's for some cool colors, but there are specific fabric markers that you use on fabric, and then also
Some of them bleed.
the puffy paint. You
Okay.
have this right here. If you want some dimensional moments with that,
Ooh,
and then you could just
okay.
sew on some ribbon and stuff like that. And then if you want to hand bead things, you could do that too. There's a lot. Maybe that can be something we can all do on our together day. Everybody get a mask
Yes.
and decorate it the way that they want.
I
So
like
then
that.
it could be a challenge because they have to. We can have a little countdown. They have to be done within the hour. So
Right. Which we're technically going, oh, love you both. She says, love you too. So before we leave, because I had a giveaway that I posted for people and I had a few entries. So what I'm gonna do really quickly, I'm actually going to share my screen for this giveaway because it's always funny when they have these giveaways online and I'm like, how do I know that they really picked a random person? How do I know they just didn't pick their favorite friend or whatever? So in order so that you guys don't think that I'm cheating, I'm like, I'm gonna do my giveaway and announce who won on the live. So give me a second because the whole thing is so funny with Zoom. I should be tired of Zoom, but I'm gonna share my screen. I know you guys get to see us here. But I got a random name picker with the names.
wow.
So if people are watching, yes, this is what and so I got the names in here. I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go live with the random picker.
Look at how
Ah,
people.
Paula's Pelt Trip is the one that won the random the giveaway. So I'm gonna look and see. Go Paula, congratulations.
Go Paula.
Yeah, so that's awesome. So and actually the part of my giveaway was I'm gonna start doing this not every Thursday, but a 3 stone Thursday where different gemstones that I post and you get to pick three of the like 9 that I put out there and tell me what 3 you want and I'll make something custom for you. So
That's awesome.
I get to actually make a special it might be a bracelet, might be something else, but with 3 stones that she picked from what she commented on
Give it
Instagram
up.
and Facebook.
Yay, Paula.
Give it up, give it up. So okay, and just so you know, I do actually know Paula, so that's why I had to do this, like so that you guys don't think that I'm cheating. But her birthday is tomorrow, so happy
Happy
birthday!
birthday, Paula. Oh, look, it was made. It was made for
It
that
was mid. I guess it was mid. So I'm going to be doing this a few more times, some giveaways and some exciting things. But before we leave, because I know we're over time, can you just one last time just say a little bit about Queen Tut Creationz, what you're doing, how to find you, and then we'll end on that.
Well, I think the most direct way to find me is go to thequeentut.com. It has my Instagram, it has my services, it has the dance company, it has Queen Tut Creationz Instagram, and it's creations with a Z. Queen Tut. And I will see you guys later. Thank you, Freddie.
Yes, yes, love you much, cousin. And thank you all for joining us for a wonderful another evening of Creative Circle. I'm so excited. You guys stay safe out here, you know, with COVID. Go vote. Please go vote. I voted on Friday. So go vote, wear your mask, you know, make sure that, you know, again, we're being safe, being mindful about our family and friends. And you guys, again, enjoy the rest of your Sunday and have a blessed week. Good night.
Good night.